How's it going, everyone? We are coming up on the release of one of the more anticipated games of 2024, one of the more divisive, one of the games that inspires a lot of skepticism on my part, and rightfully so, and honestly, I expect the comment section of this video to be a bit of a crap show since, Dragon Age Veilguard has a lot of people thinking a wide variety of things. Listen, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I recently reinstalled Twitter and I'm gonna just say, Elon knows how to construct these algorithms. These Twitter algorithms be getting me by the balls and I just get into the wildest rabbit holes. Sometimes I don't even know how, but let's just say I've been exposed to a little bit of the divisiveness to this game. I will leave it at that. Look, as somebody that grew up with the BioWare games, playing the Mass Effect trilogy, the Dragon Age titles of the olden days, 2009, 2010, 2011, BioWare was one of those studios that at one point was absolutely revered. Obviously, after the release of Mass Effect Andromeda and Anthem back-to-back, two of the most disappointing games of the last 20 years, that is not hyperbole, quite possibly two of the most disappointing games of all time. They've got their work cut out for themselves to earn back the consumer's trust with Dragon Age the Veilguard. I think it's going to be something that they desperately need to do well to rebuild that goodwill, because I really do believe this is their last opportunity in terms of having something, given that Dragon Age as an IP still holds a lot of cachet. I mean, Dragon Age Inquisition was a pretty solid game, and maybe by the time, even if Veilguard doesn't turn out all too well, by the time the next Mass Effect game comes out in 2038, people will be excited for that. But man, at this point, we're already incredibly skeptical with the game, but what I've seen out of Veilguard thus far, from a gameplay standpoint, I think looks solid. Obviously, I am going into the game with my expectations tempered. How can you have high expectations for a game like this, given BioWare's recent track record? I desperately want it to be good. I think everybody wants it to be good because everybody reminisces about when BioWare was at their absolute peak, but they're kind of washed these days. But as I've said about it in gaming, it's very much a what have you done for me lately kind of industry. And if they do something great with Dragon Age the Veilguard, I really do believe the perception of them is going to change. And right now, they are rolling out a lot of information about the game that does inspire not a lot of confidence. I don't think that would be the right term, but at the very least, they are trying to rebuild the goodwill that they have with their audience, and they understand the task at hand in the sense that this game needs to be top tier. And what I am saying is, right off the top, they are doing things to build goodwill. On PC, it is not going to require the EA launcher. It is going to be a native PC release. That means you download it directly onto PC, and it is good to go. It is Steam Deck verified. It'll be able to be played on the Steam Deck. On top of all of that, there is no DRM for the game. That is all tailored to the PC version of the game. And a few weeks before the launch of the game, they've rolled out an in-depth post saying, hey everyone, we're back with another update, including the full specifications of Dragon Age the Veilguard and preload times. We've designed our game with flexibility in mind, from the settings and accessibility options to your in-game rook, the companions you take with you, and the choices you make. I know the customization options certainly have people up in a frenzy, but I'm here to assess the game itself, the companions you take with you, and the choices you make. They have 6 tiers of system requirements for PC players. Minimum recommended Ultra with ray tracing off, and then ray tracing on, ray tracing selective, RT on, and RT on plus Ultra ray tracing. That's great to see. Our detailed specifications include settings for both ray tracing on and ray tracing off so that players can know what to expect for launch. Players with high-end rigs will be able to take advantage of our suite of ray tracing features and uncapped frame rates. For minimum PC specs, we focused on making the game accessible to as many people as possible. For consoles, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S, there will be fidelity and performance mode options targeting 30 and 60 FPS respectively, so you will have a 60 FPS option. Dragon Age the Veilguard will also be specifically enhanced for PS5 Pro, another game to utilize your PS5 Pro. Given that this game comes out a week prior to the Pro, you might want to wait a week if you are going to be picking up a PS5 Pro. A quote from the technical director notes this: "We are excited to see how Dragon Age the Veilguard will lean into the power that PlayStation 5 Pro unlocks for players. Whether you love deep progression, strategic combat, or diving into the lore of Dragon Age, you will immediately notice the improved experience with PS5 Pro. The game's fidelity and performance modes will both see improvements on the hardware, including improved resolution and 30 FPS fidelity and 60 FPS performance mode. Additionally, there will be various improved visual settings across 30 FPS fidelity and 60 FPS performance mode." So looks like it won't be a case where the performance mode is getting enhanced to the fidelity level. We'll see how it ultimately turns out. PS5 Pro is going to be something that is going to be very different, case by case. FF7 Rebirth is one of those games that they are definitely utilizing as a showcase for what the Pro can do. I don't expect every game to get that significant of an update. However, it is also noted that the team at BioWare is proud of how immersed players will be when they enter the beautiful world of Dragon Age the Veilguard. With upgraded image quality thanks to Sony's new AI-based upscaler PSSR, we've enabled ray traced ambient occlusion in the 60 FPS performance mode, which previously was only available on the base PlayStation 5 with 30 FPS fidelity mode. So that's exciting. As you prepare for October 31st, please find the preload times for each platform below. Preloads on Xbox Series are already live, and they have been live for a few days. PlayStation 5 preloads will be kicking off just a few days before the initial launch on October the 29th. The official launch is October 31st. I don't know why Xbox Series X and S preloads are already open on October the 14th, but hey, more power to you. They also do note a PC features and accessibility spotlight, which also goes over a lot of the different accessibility components. You've got a wide variety of difficulty settings that I want to highlight as well. Storyteller, if you're just wanting the story. Keeper, a balanced combat experience that emphasizes party composition and equipment choices over reaction times. Adventurer, a balanced experience that places equal emphasis on combat, party composition, and equipment choices. Underdog, here to be pushed to the limit, requiring strategic planning and tactical decisions. Nightmare, overwhelming battles that give no quarter, requires a mastery of combat, equipment skills, and game mechanics to survive. Selecting Nightmare cannot be undone without starting a new playthrough. And then Unbound, customize all settings. Settings impact a number of aspects of gameplay. If this is your first time, consider a curated preset instead. Unbound is essentially you do whatever the hell you want as far as tinkering with specific settings, which I really like. I like the fact that we have all of these options available for you right off the top. And remember, with Nightmare, you cannot undo that without starting a new playthrough. So if you're jumping into Nightmare, be locked and loaded, because that's going to be a wild one. Even after selecting a difficulty, there are even more combat options available in the settings menu. If you wish to make further adjustments, for example, you can adjust elements such as parry timing, aim assist strength, or even how aggressive enemies are. You can look below. There's objective tracker visibility, minimap visibility, luck, a minimap rotation, minimap position, combat test opacity, and then combat text size as well. UI and HUD elements are also customizable. Many of the elements of the HUD can be conditionally hidden or turned off entirely. For example, you can fully hide elements like Rook's health, the objective tracker, or the minimap. There are also options for the text size in the UI. Then accessibility options, advanced subtitle settings, animation, color, background opacity, speaker name, Rook's name color, NPC name color as well. Then you've got accessibility options, as we went over, and graphics options as well. Beyond the UI and HUD, there are a few more options regarding the game's visuals. For anyone who deals with motion sickness, there is a persistent dot option, and motion blur can be turned off fully. The in-game camera shake can also be adjusted from 0 to 100%. Additionally, there's an FOV slider in the graphical settings as well. As discussed in the PC Features blog, all inputs are remappable for gameplay in Dragon Age the Veilguard on both controller and keyboard for all platforms. Input sensitivity and dead zones are also customizable with sliding scales. There are some UI interactions that require an input to be held for a short period of time, but this can be changed to tap instead. All of these options allow you to play the game in whatever way is the most comfortable for you. These settings and more are available in Dragon Age the Veilguard. You've got audio settings, control fixes and adjustments, gameplay, and there's a lot under gameplay as well. So there's a ton as far as customizing the experience exactly how you want. Dragon Age the Veilguard will be released at $60 on PC. It'll be $70 on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series. There is a deluxe edition that is available as well. As far as what the deluxe edition includes, you've got armor sets and a lot of cosmetics, 6 weapon cosmetics and 7 companion weapon cosmetics as well. Obtain a variety of weapons and armor, including curiosities from the Forgotten Era. With the deluxe edition, you'll receive cosmetic weapon and armor sets for the warrior, mage, and rogue classes, as well as cosmetic armor sets and weapons for each of your 7 companions. So, you know, not a big deal as far as picking that up. $20 more expensive than the standard edition. I would probably just stick to the standard edition. No fake early access baked into this one. Thank the high heavens for that. And hey, as far as standpoints of being transparent, no launcher on PC, Steam Deck verified, outlining system requirements this in-depth, no DRM, those aspects at the very least build trust with the consumer. Game quality is an entirely different topic, and I already have some questions as far as how this game was promoted and handled, but obviously I want the game to do well. I want it to mechanically be a well-made RPG. BioWare at this point cannot inspire full confidence in me. I've seen what they've done for the last decade, or damn near decade. Inquisition came out fall of 2014, and I would say that was their last good game, but they're a far cry from the late 2000s and early 2010s. I know they've been around far longer, but from my experience with BioWare, it was with Mass Effect 1, 2, 3, Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2, Dragon Age Inquisition, and I even like Dragon Age 2, by the way, and yeah, hopefully Veilguard can turn out well, because man, if this one turns out to be a misfire, I just don't know at that point. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.